Okay guys, welcome back. So, before we leave, we actually want to go ahead and take a little nap here. Of course, they'll ask for a small donation, because, you know, churches need donations to run. I kind of think it's funny that if you don't agree to giving the donation, you can't rest. So, you're really just paying. But the reason we wanted to stay at this particular place is because we actually get a nice cutscene out of it.
Ah, Angelo. You look like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Maybe it would help to get it off your chest, hmm? Not that I want to force you, mind.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe things will never be right between us. Marcello, will never forgive me.
I wish I had sound effects that just follow me around like Trode does.
If only we didn't share common blood, I'm sure we'd get along fine.
And now we get to learn about Angelo's past, which is actually very cool. I like having, some kind of character motivation going on. Or, development. Suppose he already has motivation to be traveling. Revenge!
Abbot Francisco was always well known around these parts for his benevolence. He'd often take in children who had nowhere else to go. And I was one of them. My parents were well off, part of the aristocracy. But then they both died. All of a sudden, I was left with no family and no money. The Abbey was the only place I could go.
You're new here, aren't you? Are you here to join the brothers? Have you come all on your own?
That's a very different Marcello from the one we know.
Oh, you must be exhausted. Where are your things? Is that all you've got?
He has a completely different demeanor.
My mummy and daddy died, so I don't have many things, and I don't have anywhere else to go.
You sound a lot like me. But there's no need to worry. Abbot Francisco and all of us will be your family from now on.
But...
Let's go and find the abbot. Come on now, don't cry. Why don't you tell me your name?
Angelo.
You! So you're Angelo. Leave.
That's more like Marcello.
I want you to leave. You... leave and never come back. I don't ever want to see you again. So you're intent on ruining this life for me as well, are you?
It's not like he means to.
Marcello was the golden boy of the Abbey. He studied hard and had a bright future ahead of him. But when it came to me, his attitude wasn't so positive.
I'm so sorry, child. I'm sad to say I heard that little exchange. It's so unlike Marcello to act like that. I just don't understand. Ah, I see. I always knew he had a half-brother. That's you, isn't it? You're Angelo. Well, they say time heals all wounds. Let's hope your living here will make everything all right. Now, come along with me. From today onwards, this will be your home. Why don't I introduce you to everyone?
I actually got a pretty good voice actor for the Abbot. He has that kindly old man sound to him.
Not long after that, I heard the full story for the first time.
Which is, of course, what they're going for.
About how I had a half-brother who was born from an affair between my father and one of the maids. And that was Marcello. If I hadn't been born, he'd have been next in line to my father. But when I was born, Marcello and his mother were thrown out of the house with nothing to their names. She died soon afterwards.
That's kind of messed up. Usually, you know, you'd have inheritance, and he grew up being a rich kid with no parents. You know, he'd be Bruce Wayne. He'd be Batman. But no. Apparently back in the day, you just get thrown out.
He had no one. So he ended up at the Abbey, hating me and my father for all those years.
Angelo, I mean, not Marcello. Marcello born out of wedlock, he's screwed.
Quite a bombshell, don't you think? I was so young and innocent then, too. The whole thing hurt more than you can imagine. Still, c'est la vie. My father got off lightly. He did just what he wanted and then died, and left me to take the consequences. I'm the only one left for Marcello to hate now. In a way, I can't say I blame him, and it was probably good that we lived together. At least it gave him someone to take it all out on. Certainly added a bit of spice to the humdrum life at Myella Abbey, anyway.
Angelo, I'm so...
This story's gone on long enough. Look, it's nearly daybreak.
I've had a couple nights like that recently. Staying up till well after the sun comes up. So, that's Angelo's backstory. And now that we actually know a little more about him, well, maybe that changes our view on him a little bit. He doesn't seem like such a charmer and a cheat. Although I guess he still kind of is. I mean, he has this that dedicated entirely to charisma. Okay, so now... the hell? I want that treasure chest, which I just now saw. Well, now we have new enemies too. We got Slime Knights. I think that they have a couple different things they can do, but I haven't actually seen them do it. They should be able to cast a healing spell, and there's a chance they can actually get like a desperate attack or a critical hit off, so you don't really want to leave them around for too long. Yeah, I think sometimes that flying attack can actually land a critical hit, so be careful. There we go. Taking them out early is probably the best plan. Especially since they can heal. I hate when the enemy heals. I love having healers on my party. Always bring at least one white mage into Final Fantasy 1. But I really don't like it when my enemies, you know, manage to not die. Now we have a special medicine. Hopefully I won't have to use that for a while. And just gonna continue making more strong medicine and special medicines. Come on, Trode, shut up. Wish I could skip that little dialogue there a bit more quickly. So let's go and get that treasure chest. I kinda forgot about it. I think I knew it was there, like I'd been there before. Homer got a level up, or the hero, whichever you want to think of him as. And let's see, skill points for the hero. I still want to get spears up to the point where I get the Thunder Thrust. That'll be helpful for level grinding against metal slimes. And believe it or not, swords will actually be useful soon. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 points in the sword to get my next ability there. And we'll distribute like that. The next town's going to have a sword that's even better than the spear I'm using. Oh cool, rennet powder. I can actually use the rennet powder along with fresh milk to make more cheese. Which I don't think there's really a whole lot of that in the game. There may be a point in which you can end up buying those, but as of right now I'm unaware of it. Okay, that's all that has, a little bit of money. And there are treasure chests all the way down this path along the river, but like I said before, I'll eventually be there anyway. Cool. See, Angelo just got a level up there and got a whole bunch of new things. Let's see. Since I don't actually have the bow for any kind of bow for him right now, I think I can win them from enemies that are around here. But since I don't have it right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put points in the stats and learn a new spell for him. Angelo gets a lot of crowd control type spells, you know, cast status effects on the enemies and screw them over that way. Let's go ahead and get that treasure chest I saw, you know, way back where the other two were on this side. Well, on the previous side. It's going to be quite a bit of a trip, I think. Because I'm going to have to go all the way over there, basically. I'm going to have to take the long way around this mountain. Actually, can't even do that from here. No, I'm going to have to cut it really wide. Oh wow, here's a whole bunch of new enemies. The Clockwork Cucko, I don't know if they actually have anything special they can do. The Fat Bats have the ability to cast a snooze spell on you, so they're sort of dangerous. And the Daimon actually has a random effect where what they do is they'll lift their mask and they have 5 eyes, which they'll, well actually I think they have more than 5. They have a bunch of eyes that'll blink in succession as if they're rolling a 6-sided die, and depending on the outcome they'll do a different thing. But I've only ever seen them roll a 1, which allows them to cast a level 1 Wind Slash, which only seems to do like 10-ish damage. Oh! that's what the Cucko's special ability is. Well, I'm glad I saw it. Now they seem a whole lot more dangerous to me than before, since that was quite a bit of damage. And, we'll just have them attack and have Angelo heal up Jessica, since he's a bit faster than everyone else. Which is nice. I like having... I either want one kind of healer, between having a fast healer who heals at the beginning of a turn, or a slow healer who heals after damage is dealt at the end of the turn. Either way works, but, if you're going to have a slow healer, you want to have... It'd be better to have a spell that hits the entire party, that way you don't have to worry about who's getting hit. You just do it and, get healed anyway. So, with Jessica, got another level up, and for her, I'm probably going to be putting things into wits or staves. She won't get her next staff spell until 21 points, so I suppose for now I might as well just even them out. And the next spell she'll learn through Saz's bounce. She has another ability between there, but it's extra MP while she's equipped with the staff. So, something I didn't mention about those bats, the fat bats, they do a lot of damage. Like, they're doing about 15 points of damage per hit to my characters right now. Which is why my hero was so beaten and bruised. And of course I have no idea what I was saying before that fight now, because I got so distracted by how badly I was getting beaten. I think I was saying something about Jessica's staff skills, and that she'll be able to get more MP when she's equipped with the staff, but she's better off using the whip right now, especially since she has that Twin Dragon Lash attack, which I figured out how it worked. It does attack randomly, but only within a group of enemies. So she only swings the whip twice, and if there's a group of 4 enemies, she will be able to hit, new enemy, Bo. I actually haven't run into him before, so I don't entirely know what he's going to do. I think he just... I don't know, I think he might have a buff spell or something he can cast on himself that increases defense. In any case, whenever you see one enemy like this alone, you would think they'd be pretty powerful, which is why I was using so many of my abilities. But, well, apparently not. There's another enemy you can come across with another spelling of Bow, B-O-E, and they're a bit more powerful. Like, they carry a giant sword, and they'll do a good bit of damage if they hit you. And they're actually part of a set of enemies that they're all together. Oh, more enemies, chimeras. Anyway, those enemies will be Mumbo Jumbo, and they can actually form up if they all appear in the same fight. And then they become a single entity and way more powerful. So, you don't want to let that happen. Chimeras have a fire breath attack that does kind of what Calamari's did. It's like 30 or so points of damage to the entire party. So that's a really big problem. So, make a pretty high priority to kill them before they really start, well, wrecking and burning your party. Literally. Now, how am I doing on getting back to... Cool. Should just be through this little forest then. Oh, cool. Another cliff I'm going the wrong way about. Ah, here's Diamond actually using his special attack. Level 1 sickle, 10-ish damage on a single target. Not a big deal. Oh, and here's another one, level 6 sickle. Oh my god, that's terrible. So, let's try that thin air attack. And I wish I had a better way to deal with these guys. And they cast crack. Cool. Wish I'd run into more of them so I could actually have known these things about them. So, thin air should target like the entire enemy area. I'm hoping it targets even the entire enemy line instead of just one group. Great. So, now that the hero's dead, I can either go back to the church and meet you guys back here, or I can press on to get that chest. You know what? I think you guys have a good idea how to get to the chest. Just walk all the way around there. So, thankfully Angela has the zoom spell. And Yangus looks hilarious with the zoom animation. I'll just come back here, heal, and then meet you guys over at that church chest. Hey guys, so I'm finally at the treasure chest. And you want to see how badly I was getting destroyed out here? So much NP loss. Like, after every fight, I had to cast heal on everyone at least twice. All of that just to receive agility. Oh my god. Not walking back. There's no way in hell I am walking back. Just zoom on back. And since I had so much free time while I was doing all that, I actually got to take a closer look at my treasure map, and I think I actually missed a couple closer to Peregrine Key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest up here at the end, and then I'm going to go and I'll check up on those treasures, and if they are there and I didn't get them before, I'll show them to you, and if they aren't there, then I'm just going to meet you, back out here at this church, and we'll head on the rest of the way to Ascantha. Hey guys, Classic Homer here. Well, actually this is the middle of the video, isn't it? So, turns out there were treasure chests out here. I can show you on the map where it is. It's going to be all the way over at that tip. And then there's another one that's within walking distance of here, I think. Yeah, it's actually pretty close to where that other one that I'd spotted a long time ago was. Looks like it's going to be around where the bend of the mountain becomes more of a crescent, that big patch of forest. So, as I was saying, let's go find it. I'm going to go ahead and walk there on screen so you guys can see where it is from here. And to get to that treasure chest I was just at, you actually had to go through some ruins, and there's a golem I had mentioned before. I can't get down from here. And the reason I wanted to show walking there on screen is because it seems like this area back here is kind of a maze in itself on the overworld, so it's kind of confusing on how to get around. So I think what we're going to end up doing is we'll get these treasure chests and then we'll call it a video, because I have no idea how long this thing's been going now. There's so much I have to cut out from all the random encounters and that screw up from before. You know, the one where the hero died. Oh, by the way, there's the golem. You really don't want to, agitate him and get into a fight. He will probably kick your ass. Pretty sure he'd kick mine right now, too. Looks like I don't want to go this way, actually. Okay, I think I just want to travel along this plateau. And if the video suddenly looks, like, drastically different, it's because, well, I screwed around a little bit with my recording settings, and I think I actually got it to come out looking a bit better. Cool, Homer got a level up. But like I was saying, the video, at least in recording, it looks a lot better. It's a lot sharper. You can actually see details the way I think I should be able to in the first place. So, 1 point more and Spears will get another ability. And probably just... oh. Huh, yeah, sure, whatever. 2 into everything, that sounds fine. But once I have Thunder Thrust and Spear, I probably don't want to put many, if any, more points into it. And that's probably just more herbs I'm cooking up. And I went ahead and rearranged how the herbs were coming out. Like, since the hero has stuff, or doesn't have his inventory full, this goes straight into his inventory, and I don't really care for him to have that. I'm actually going to go ahead and give it to Jessica. She's pretty fast, and, well, I want everyone to be able to have the ability to heal if it comes down to, you know, some horrible, drastic measure. So, I guess this will head around to the right, and I'll be able to find my way down. So, a couple notes of importance that oh, well, there's a treasure chest there. If I can just get down there. Well, I learned when I was coming back to that one treasure chest that it took forever to get to. The Clockwork Cuckoos have a lot of defense, so you'll want to use a spell of some sort to get through it, to actually deal decent damage. I suppose you could try and cast Sap on them, but I went for the more direct method and had Jessica just use Bang on them a whole bunch. Whereas, you know, characters are normally doing like maybe 10 damage with their weapons. She was doing 20 something with their Bang spell, so that is definitely the preferred method of attack on them. Okay, I think that's all the treasures that I couldn't do anything with. So, let's go back to that church. Yeah, I'm seeing more treasures here on the map that I can't do anything with. Mostly because they're all locked with a key other than the one I currently have. So, I think that qualifies as a video there. Definitely spent longer running around getting treasures than I had intended. So, we're going to confess to the goddess of this kind of failure trip it was. I mean, you know, having a character actually die. And next time, we'll head on to Ascantha. So, this is Classic Homer signing out. I'll see you guys later.